Okay, so it's been a while, but we're back and making more videos. So this is kind of what I've been doing while I've been away. I've been working, so my schedule has been all over the place. But I made these recordings about a month ago and just never got around to editing them, so I'm doing that now. Um, and this is kind of what I've managed to do in that last month. So hopefully uploading will become a bit more regular at this point. I've just been doing bits and pieces really. First things I tried to achieve was getting my fletching and my wood cutting up, and as you can see here, hit that 31 fletching, which was the first level of many in this video. I'm not going to show you all the things I've done because it's just going to take too long. But what I did realise is very quickly was that I wanted to get a steel axe and also uh, wanted to start training strength and attack and defense, my combat skills, because eventually they're going to become very important. So I realized that my attack is level 1 uh, and as my strength and defense, so we decided to go fix that. And the reason we're going to do that as well is because I realized I can't wield the steel axe until I have level 5. So that was a little oversight by me. But what I quickly realised is how hard these gnomes became to kill. Despite themselves being level 1, the regeneration of their health was fairly quick, and I was hitting a lot of zeros very early on. At this point, I'm just hitting them with the Iron Axe, I believe. So I needed to kind of fix this. So I thought, grab a bronze two-hander, but as you can see, the speed in which I was hitting them was just not working. I was not getting anything. I got level 2 attack, but to kill this one gnome took so long. Every time I'd hit him, he would regenerate. So I just threw that away. I thought, I can't do this. I need to get a new weapon. And I decided to go with the iron battle axe. Still a bit more slower than what I'd like, ideally, but it was going to definitely do more. And I also bought some pineapple costing 2 coins, which is an absolute steal. So I bought 5 of them. The best things I could do with them was use my knife on them, turn them into pineapple rings, which was perfect. It means I've now got 4 food for the price of 1. 4 pieces of food for 2 coins. They heal 2 HP each. And at my level, that's perfect. So yeah, really good source of food, to be honest, pineapples. If you're a low level player, I highly recommend them. So yeah, quickly I get my prayer up to level 2, which is great. I then continued on doing this. I got my attack to level 5, which was fantastic. I then decided that the best thing would be able to, after hitting steel weaponry, would now to get my strength up. Now, I probably should have done the strength first, but I wanted to do the attack so I would hit more regularly, and obviously hitting the level 5 attack meant I could now switch to the steel axe, which was going to be a lot more beneficial. So I just did a quick recap of everything I did. I didn't want to go through everything, but as you can see, I got some strength levels. I got my defense level 5, which means I can now steal armor. Here's just an overview of everything that happened. I got 5 attack, 5 strength, 5 defense. I got my hit points to 11, and I got my prayer to 4. And my mage was already 3, and as you can see there, my wood cutting and my fletching at this point are level 31 and 39 respectively. So we're doing pretty good. At this point now, it was just a case of coming straight back into getting back into the rhythm of wood cutting. So I hit level 40 there, and then fletching again, and trying to get those levels up. Got 32 fletching at the same time of getting a beehive keeper event. But which I did, and realised that yeah, that the reward I got was flax. So as you can tell, I was not happy with that. I dropped that straight away. I was just there's flax everywhere, and so but level 4 farming followed suit, which was good. And hopefully the flax isn't going to be too long. I'm still waiting on genie lamps. I really am struggling to hit those genies. And something that also happened quite frequently was I got a bird's nest, and because I'm so blind and not paying a lot of attention when I do these, as you can see, that the bird's nest just kind of sits there and disappears. That kind of happened quite a lot more than I would have liked. I got 42 wood cutting, and because I got the wood cutting level, thankfully I saw this bird's nest. However, it ended up being a bird's nest that is not really useful for me. We're just looking for seeds, and this was a beginner's clue scroll, which is fine, but I have to drop that because it's just pointless and doesn't really help me. Now here we're getting some big levels. I got 35 fletching, which meant I could make willow shortbows, which is going to be really, really useful because that's our next target. So that means at this point now we can start to make the willows. It's at this point now where I'm starting to consider if it's a good idea to maybe start doing the combat skills outside, so getting my range up. I got 45 woodcut, but we're probably going to progress a little bit more. Here I got another bird's nest, which I just completely left and forgot because I'm not concentrating. So yeah, I think we're going to start doing combat fairly soon. I mean, the fletching levels are just increasing, and as is the woodcut level, but until I get those genie lamps to get the crafting to level 10, we're going to be struggling. Now at this point, I decided that I'd take a break from the woodcut while making a little bit extra money. So it's a little bit low on cash, and I'm going to need to start looking at getting bronze arrows. So I started doing this thing where I would get the cash, I would pick up the Sundays and then sell them while I was doing some wood cutting as well. I got a frog event, and this actually got me really excited because I thought I could get a bit of fashionscape. However, I completely forgot that even though you do get fashionscape outfits out of them, yeah, I can't exchange those. So that was straight on the floor and straight back to woodcutting again. I forgot a lot of things during this, and I'm being away for so long has kind of struggled. It's kind of going to be difficult to get back into it. But as you can see, I literally all I'm doing, making money, cutting trees, doing some farming, selling the stuff, and I got rid of the battle axe. I didn't need it at this point, but as you can see, we're absolutely balling. Got mint money. We will be affording an abyssal whip in no time at all. I got a willow seed, which I was really excited about at first because as part of the farming, the only things we can do are trees. So any tree that we're getting from the bird's nest is really useful. But unfortunately, the willow tree, you just need to do 30 farming to do it, and that is just a way too far off. So we just dropped it. It's not worth it. Basically, we're going for acorns, and that's about it. We've already got our one, but as one bad thing happens, something good happens. We get 47 woodcut, so I wasn't too unhappy for too long, should I say. And in terms of overall, in terms of my progression in this, it has faltered a little bit, but I am going to hopefully continue again soon. We got 40 fletching, which meant we can now start making willow longbows and battle staffs. I looked up a bit of information on the battle staffs, but the crafting is just really high, and so the willow longbows would be kind of what we're going for at the moment. But this was interesting. I got a spirit seed, and I contemplated for ages on what this was. I never had a spirit seed before. But after doing a little bit of research and speaking to a friend of mine, we discovered that the spirit seed is, for me at this point, it's just not worth keeping. I did debate it because it was overly valuable, but overall at this point, it's just not going to be helpful for me. So we just got rid of it. It's a bit of a shame, but overall, these are the stats at the end of like a long period. So I got 48 woodcut, 41 fletching. Combat stats are still the same. So, progression-wise, we've got a total level of 150. We're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the stats so far. It's just a progression at this point now of getting that crafting to 10 and hopefully getting everything else up to a decent level. We need to really get fletching as high as possible. 49 woodcut is fine. The real goal with woodcutting now is just to hopefully get what we can. But we're getting to it. We got 42 fletching there as well, which meant we can now make the willow shields, which is good for defense going forward, because one thing we're going to struggle with is defensive gear. I got a ring drop, which I decided to change the sapphire for the emerald because I can enchant the sapphire at a lower level and get a ring of recoiling, where a ring of recoil, sorry, whereas the emerald ring is going to give me a ring of dueling, which is kind of irrelevant at this point in this Gnomegeddon account. So, but this was the good one. 2 acorns. Yes. So that was perfect. I was so happy with that. I don't think anyone's ever been so happy about getting 2 acorns. And they got 43 fletching. So, really good things were going on at this point. And then I think the way I ended this, and which was a nice place to end it, really, was at this point here, where I finally finish up with getting 50 wood cutting, and that was kind of the last thing I did, really. And even I could cut mahogany trees, but I'm going to be doing this a bit more now, focusing a little bit more on the account. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.